The ethnic clashes between the Boro and Santhal tribes in the districts of Kokrajhar, Bongaigaon and Borpeta of western Assam in northeast India left a terrible legacy of loss and devastation. The clashes, which started in 1996 and 1998 and has continued sporadically till the present date, left in its wake about 300 innocents dead and hundreds of children orphaned who lost either one or both their parents. The majority of the victims belong to the more marginalized Santhal tribe. Houses were burned, which left over 200,000 homeless, forced to take refuge in government-made camps. Along with the houses, school buildings also went up in smokes. This greatly added to the otherwise general situation of underdevelopment and backwardness. And the culture of books and studies were lost to the culture of the gun. The loss was huge and immeasurable, but more worrisome was the fact that the younger generations were entering into a quagmire of hopeless aimlessness, which was aggravated by the absence of schools and lack of an academic atmosphere. Although relief efforts were owned by the government and some other agencies, providing food and education to these children still remained a challenge. This is where Don Bosco Youth Mission and Educational Services, DBYES for short, made its entry. Since its inception in 1991, DBYES has been working relentlessly in the field of literacy and value-based education, with special focus on the disadvantaged and at-risk children and youth of the region. In 2001 was launched the CARE project in Kokrajhar district for the educational rehabilitation of these child victims. It was a DBYES DBI initiative. The initial years were difficult. The meaning of education was lost amidst tales of death and the cycle of poverty, and parents and guardians were reluctant to send their children and wards to these centers. As its strategy to bring children to the care centers, volunteers of DBYES made house-to-house visits in order to explain to the parents and guardians the necessity of education. Gradually, mindsets changed.
seen the growth of these centers over these years, where initially there was a lot of resistance, a lot of unwillingness on the part of parents to send children to school, fear of very many reasons, maybe even fear of conversions or fear of other religious motives. But today we have seen great acceptance by parents and guardians, and we see a lot of children coming to school, and they look much better than I found them time ago. We hope that we will find ways and means to better offer quality education to these children. I strongly believe a poor quality education cannot give them success. We need to give them better resources. We need to provide them better quality teaching in the classrooms so that these children can cope up with the challenges of today's world.
Started as 27 tuition centers is now increased to 36. Initially, these were tuition centers which through its daily 3 hours of tuitions tried to fulfill the educational gaps of the children, so that after a period of grooming they could be mainstreamed into regular government schools. But absence of government schools in many areas encouraged DBYES to continue its efforts.
Ball to you, and you will play every right. Thank you. I give you some note copies so that you can write well, read well.
Many of these tuition centers have now converted to schools in their own rights. These centers now take care of the educational needs of 2,275 children spread across 2 districts of Kokrajhar and Chirang. The success of the CARE program can be attributed to a great extent to successful community mobilization undertaken by DBYES. What were reluctant parents initially have now turned into active members of the village education committees which DBYES helped to form in several places. The village education committees monitor the activities of the care centers and in many places have helped to build up centers also.
আদিবাসী সমাজত সংঘর্ষ লাগিল আর এই সংঘর্ষৰ ফলত আগত যিখিনি স্কুল ঘৰবিলাক আছিল এটো সব ধ্বংস হৈ গল লাষ্টত আমি কেম্পতে কমেও 8-10 বছৰ থাকিব লগা হল ডিবিওয়াই পৰা আপোনালোকে টিচাৰ দিয়াৰ কাৰণে আমাদের যিমান ল'ৰা ছোৱালী আছে কেতিয়াবা নাচ গান কৰিব দিয়ে কেতিয়াবা খেল ধেমালি কৰিব দিয়ে এই কাৰণে ল'ৰা ছোৱালীবিলাকৰ ধাউতি হৈ গৈছে ধুম আহি আছে কোনো ঘৰৰ বাদ নাই এনেকুৱা আহি আগত শিক্ষাৰ কাৰণে বহুত দুৰ্বল আছে এতিয়া আমাৰ গাঁৱৰ পৰা হাই স্কুলতো গৈ আছে এই গাঁৱৰ পৰা হাই স্কুলতো গৈ আছে এম ই স্কুলতো গৈ আছে
ল'ৰা ছোৱালীৰ কাৰণে খাতা পেন্সিল স্লেট এইবিলাক পাই আছো
আগত তেনেকৈ আছিল যদিও আমি ইয়াত গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ পৰা কোনো সুবিধা পোৱা নাছিল আৰু যিটো আমাৰ এতিয়া যিটো ডিবিএছৰ পৰা আমাৰ হেল্প হৈ আছে আমি যথেষ্ট আনন্দ হৈছোঁ যে তেনেকৈ যদি আমি গাঁৱত তেনেকুৱা হেল্প কৰা বস্তু পালে আমি আমাৰ ল'ৰা ছোৱালী আগবাঢ়িব পাৰিম
আজি বৰ্তমানলৈকে ল'ৰা ছোৱালী অলপ সিহঁত আগ্ৰহী হৈছে আগত ডাঙৰ মানুহ কোনোবা বেলেগ জাতি আহিলে টাউনীয়া বা বেলেগ লোক আহিলে সিহঁতে ভয় খাই সিহঁতক দেখি পলাইছিলে বৰ্তমান ল'ৰা ছোৱালীবিলাক গাড়ী আহিলে বা যিকোনো ডাঙৰ মানুহ আহিলে সিহঁত শুনিলে আহিব আৰু সিহঁতৰ আগত নাচিবলৈ বা কিবা ক'বলৈ আগ্ৰহ
এই চেণ্টাৰটো দিয়াৰ ফলত সৰু সৰু ল'ৰা ছোৱালীবিলাক যিমান আছে এতিয়া স্কুলমুখী হৈছে
আমি যেতিয়াৰ পৰা এই ডিবিআৰ চেণ্টাৰটো আমি পাই গৈছে তাৰ পিছৰ পৰা আমাৰ গাঁৱতো অলপ ল'ৰা ছোৱালী মানে ডেভেলপ হৈ আছে মাইকবিলাকৰ এই ডিবিআইৰ পৰা যিটো গ্ৰুপ মানে বনোৱা দিছে হেল্প কৰি দিছে এইটো আমি ভাল পাইছোঁ
প্ৰায় দিব পাইছোঁ আমি এই DBIৰ পৰা মানে বহুত সহায় পাইছে ছাৰো আৰু বহুত সহায় পাব আমি আশা ৰাখিছোঁ আৰু বহুত মানে স্বাস্থ্য হৈছে ল'ৰা ছোৱালীৰ আৰু শিক্ষাও দান পাইছে বহুত আৰু আগবাঢ়িব বুলি আমি আশা ৰাখিছোঁ আৰু যিবিলাকে গ্ৰুপত আপোনালোকে মহিলাবিলাকৰ গঠন দিছে সেইটো আগবাঢ়িছে এতিয়া বৰ্তমান আমি 2টা গ্ৰুপ লৈছোঁ ইয়াতে 2টা হৈছে মটৰ ভংশয়ো চলি আছে মাহত 20 টকাকৈ দি আছে
Another innovation that has taken place is formation of mothers groups of these children. These are now active members of the community who are also venturing into income generating activities with support and help from DBYES. The faith that these centers enjoy in the community today is entirely performance based. Over a very short period of time, DBYES has been able to prove its concern for quality education through the care classes which are run regularly and efficiently. Besides the executive director, 2 coordinators, 2 full-time field staff and 8 community workers coordinate and monitor the program. 45 teachers from the community are engaged to impart education. Though most of the centers are run by a single teacher, but there are also centers with more than one teacher according to the necessity of the situation. However, what attracts the children is the methodology that is followed so meticulously in each center, that of joyful learning. Regular teacher training and exposure program ensure that the teachers, though not with high educational achievements, are equipped to handle children who have also been victims of violence. There are now 45 teachers in total, and all of them have undergone at least 3 trainings. Changed attitude of the parents and other stakeholders, increase in number of children in these centers, evaluation results, ownership of the care program by community members, improved health and hygiene of the children and the children themselves are pointers to the fact that the care program is filling up the educational gap very successfully.
মই গুৱাহাটী বা কি খাৰগুলিত লৈছোঁ যেনেকুৱা আমাক শিকাইছে এনেকুৱা যে সৰু সৰু ল'ৰা ছোৱালীবিলাক ইমান ভাল পাই আছে নাচ কৰি আছে গান দি আছোঁ শিকাই দি আছোঁ ক ইমান ভাল শিকাই দি আছোঁ ইহঁতে ইমান বহুত খুচি
ছোৱালীৰ আমাৰ যিটো অশিক্ষিতৰ পৰা শিক্ষিত পদত আহি পাইছে আৰু এই স্কুলৰ পৰা গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট স্কুলতো গৈছে আমি এইটো কেৰি টিউশ্যন স্কুলৰ পৰা গভৰ্ণমেণ্ট স্কুলত পঠাব পাৰিছোঁ আৰু আমি চেণ্ট্ৰেল স্কুলতো যাব পাৰিছোঁ ইয়াৰ পৰা ভাল লাগে
Reading and writing.
ठीक है महाशय ये हंते उनका बोल थे को कुछ पे ना ठीक है सब खुशी के they want to come regular.
Okay. Are you happy with the school?
The school पे क्यों ना आना स्कूल?
Why do you like the school?
चिरा पे स्कूल पे खुशी है ना?
Kita
हैं?
kia school
मौजिया सुना चे पे क्या? हैं?
milele
कमी पे
masuk
महाशय को
That life can continue meaningfully even after violence is proved by these young boys and girls who come to the care centers run by DBYES with dreams in their eyes and hope in their little hearts.
I am going to school.